who inhabit it. I am Kara Richards, the current author and forever will be the author of, I'm so good at English, author of 21% Sicilian, which used to be How to Succeed in an Exchange Student Without Really Trying. Currently, I am in my 7th month abroad. What the crap? But yes, this is the second time I have recorded this video because I am a genius and I didn't realize that I had my microphone on mute the whole entire time. So now if somebody bursts through the door, it is one of my siblings because now they are home and then this is the video that I'm going to make because I am too lazy to write about all of the adventures that I've had in the past 2 weeks and a half, 3 weeks. As you, I think you would at least know, in the end of March, on March 23rd, I flew up to North Italy in a town called Bergamo. Bergamo is between Milan and Verona, about halfway. And I lived there with another family who had a daughter of 21 years and 2 parents who had their own supermarket, which was pretty cool. And every day I spent my days with the other kids from Intercultural, 2 kids from Japan, Noriko and Daikaku, a girl from Hong Kong, Lokian, a girl from Honduras, Catherine, a girl from Brazil, Mariana, and a girl from Pennsylvania, Bristol. And we spent every day together doing various activities like presentations for elementary schools and middle schools. We also took several trips to Lovere, Brescia, and Clusione, and also a day trip to Milan together. And at the end of the week, I took a trip to Verona. And it was just like a really fun week. I got to see how the people in the north live in Italy because I knew that Sicily was very, very, very different as to the rest of Italy. As the girl who lived in a different part of Sicily last year from Pennsylvania, she said Sicily was basically a part of Africa, which it kind of is. Just in the whole aspect of how different it is. Let's see. Some highlights from the trip was definitely the trip to Milan when I got to see the Duomo of Milan, which if you do not know, Duomo actually means the biggest church of the city. The Duomo of Milan is around 500 years old and it is just amazing. As we walked out of the subway metro tunnel thing, you could just see the spears and what are they called? They have a really funny name. Oh gosh, I don't remember, but you could just see the spears and the little statues on the top of the church, and it was just the coolest thing. And it was the first time or the second time that I've ever seen something that I was like, holy crap, I'm going to Italy to see that. And it was just the coolest thing, and I know that when I go to Rome in May, the 15th to the 17th of May with my chapter in Catania, I know that my brain will explode. Let's see, well, there's a mosquito in my room. It's only April and there are already mosquitoes. But a highlight from Milan was me and the girl from Brazil had our mind set on just buying something from Milan because, you know, Milan is just like the world and this is like the world capital of shopping and fashion. So at first we went to Abercrombie because she had never been to Abercrombie and Fitch before, and it is just expensive out the wazoo like every other Abercrombie and Fitch store there is in the world. And we were like, oh heck no, this is not happening. So then we went to H&M, and H&M is like cheap for the whole entire world, and we ended up buying bras. And that's my Milan adventure. Also, the pigeons there are insane. I will throw some pictures for this blog up. I know I'm terrible at uploading because, you know what, Blogger is really slow. Don't tell them I said that for loading up pictures. And on the last day, the day that I had to take a flight back to Catania, I actually went to Verona with my family, and Verona is just amazing. It is probably the prettiest city I've ever been in. It's just filled with history, and it just feels like you are walking in history. I saw the arena which it seems immense, but I asked my family what was bigger, the arena or the Coliseum, and they were like, oh, the Coliseum, definitely. And it's just mind-boggling that I'm going to see an arena, let alone an arena, the freaking Coliseum, and it's even bigger than what I already saw. And I also have been to the Capulet House, which for those who have forgotten all of that they've learned in 9th grade English class, that the Capulet House is the house of Juliet, as in Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet, and I have seen Juliet's balcony, and I have seen the wall with all of the handwriting stuff. I've seen the box of letters that you can write to Juliet about how bad your love life is, and I've seen the wall with all of the gum, and I've seen the door, the chain link door with all of the locks on top of it. And I have seen the picture of Juliet, or the statue of Juliet, and I have taken a picture with me and Juliet, and I have my hand firmly pressed against her boobie. And I'm sorry for the language, but yes, that means you get good luck. And let's see, what else? I hate to say it, but I thoroughly believe that I miss Sicily way too much, and Sicily is my favorite part of Italy. So there you have it. I'm not gonna leave Sicily again very much. So yes, my English is terrible, but okay. Second part of this video is my class trip that I just came back from 2 days ago. It was a 3-day trip to the Aeolian Islands, and if you are like me and you have no idea where that is, like I was before I had to Google it when my class picked to go there, and they are 7 islands above the coast, the north coast of Sicily, and we took the bus ride and a boat ride there on the 4th of April, which was Friday, and we stayed there for 3 days and 2 nights with my class. It was amazing. In those days we didn't do much, but it seemed like a whole bunch of crap, because between the hour-long boat rides from the islands and just waiting at the restaurant for 3 hours to eat and just being with friends, it just flew by, and we did a lot, but yet a little. I climbed 2 volcanoes in 2 days. For those Americans who do not know, Jenny Bender, Stromboli, which in Italian is pronounced Stromboli, is actually an island, and it's a volcano. It is a volcano on an island, and it is the most active volcano in Italy, in Europe, in the world, maybe, probably Europe, I'm not quite sure. And it literally is active every 20 to 30 minutes, and I have heard, this ear has heard a volcano move. It's pretty freaking awesome. I climbed Stromboli, which is a 2-mile, 4-kilometer incline, and it took almost 2 hours to climb up, and we weren't even done. We just went to the lookout point. And then the day after, that day I actually walked 5 to 6 miles, because it was the 4 kilometers up, 4 kilometers down, and then two times for 2 kilometers through the country, because the buses don't go to the foot of the volcano. And then the day after, on a different island, we went to Vulcano, which is another island and another volcano, which was only about a half a mile, but the incline was like this. God help me. It did actually smell like rotten eggs, because the volcano was a very large deposit? That's the word, right? Deposit of sulfur. And it was pretty bad, but I live in Lancaster. I'm used to the smell of manure, so it wasn't terrible. It was a 72-hour trip. I slept for about 5, 6, maybe 7 hours if I'm lucky. Mom, don't worry, I wasn't doing anything illegal. So yeah, it was just the best time I've ever had in my life, probably. I just love my class, and if you guys are watching this, vi voglio bene, and that's about it for the English part. Now I'm going to speak a little bit in Italian. If you are Italian and you're watching this video, or if you are English and you don't speak a word of Italian and you just want to hear how Italian sounds like, or if you know me personally and you don't believe that I've learned Italian, which I have, I'm not fluent, but I have, and I just think it would be cool for you guys to hear what Italian sounds like, what I sound like speaking it, and just to show you what it's like. Allora, perché ho fatto una schifezza? Schifezza? Mamma mia! Ok, non una volta, 2 volte. Perché io volevo fare un video con io che sto parlando in italiano per voi, per gli italiani, per gli americani, per le persone che vogliono vedermi, che io sto parlando in italiano. Perché io sono nervosa, io sto pensando che io voglio dire, che io voglio spiegare, e praticamente è impossibile per me a parlare senza un topico o un argomento, un topico. Forse non è italiano e sono completamente scema. Ma ho fatto 2 altri video. Uno, io ero muta perché sono una genia, e un genio, penso, sì, un genio. E si vede che mi sto correggendo quando io parlo, è meglio così, perché io lo so che io sono un po' cretina. Questo è un video solo di io quando sto parlando italiano. Sono appena tornata di una gita delle case della mia scuola. Ancora questa è la valigia che è nella mia stanza. E siamo andati alle isole Eolie, 7 isole sopra la costa di Sicilia al nord. E erano veramente bellissime. Adesso sono a Catania e sto andando alla scuola di nuovo, e tra 10 giorni, 2 settimane ci sarà la vacanza di Pasqua. Io ho fatto un compito di matematica oggi. Era male, sempre male. Matematica, fisica, chimica, qualsiasi cosa con i numeri io faccio schifo. Sono le 5:10 di aprile, 8 di aprile, e già ci sono le zanzare nella mia stanza e siamo in aprile, ad aprile. In maggio, il 15 di maggio, andrò a Roma con il centro locale di Catania, non per un'ora a partire, perché io andrò con quasi tutti del centro locale di Catania, anche Rosa, la ragazza finlandese, Maria, la ragazza finlandese, Andrea, la ragazza paraguayana. E sarà spettacolare, perché saremo in una casa insieme, spettacolare. Vediamo, si vede che io sto parlando, non posso parlare l'accento americano, ma si vede che io non posso parlare come una persona italiana. Ora ho imparato più di qualche altra persona di cultura che stanno studiando adesso come me, come io. E forse è una sorpresa, sia una sorpresa per voi, ma io sto parlando meglio di qualche altra persona. Io faccio l'interrogazione alla scuola, e forse questo è perché io sto parlando meglio, perché io studio la grammatica. Sì, io studio la grammatica, veramente è difficilissimo, ma si vede, difficilissimo, ma se andassi a Roma io è terribile. La grammatica è questa, è la mia scarpetta, fanno una voce quando io mi muovo. Spero che questo video non ho fatto schifo per questa lingua. La prima volta che ho fatto un video, la macchina fotografica era molto bellissimo. E allora solo 3 mesi. Solo tre. Non posso crederlo. E ok, basta. Grazie per ascoltare e ci vediamo sull'internet. Ciao!